to the channel, everyone. This is a Bad to Bad Apocalypse gameplay review on the Art of Gaming YouTube channel. Really privileged to have this forum and an opportunity to present to you gameplays, tips, tricks, tutorials, and guides firsthand on this channel, so you'll make informed decisions in the future about the games you play from a reliable source of information for the gaming community to refer to. In just a moment, we'll get into the gameplay, and I'd like to debrief you beforehand and tell you a little bit about what the game has to offer. The game was created in 2024 of October. It was produced by Darwin Stone Company. It's a indie RPG shooter player versus environment. It's a third-person shooter. You will loot your items either from your environment in your gameplay, crafting certain material upgrades for your gear and or your weapons, and you will also unlock support such as attack helicopters and additional really cool high-tech support and units in the game that you can incorporate into your squad. Your squad's not limited to using any particular one primary or secondary weapon for an operator. Unlike other games, you're not subjected to using a particular firearm only. You can choose everything from a pistol, marksman's rifle, sniper, SMG, and so much more for either your primary or secondary weapon slots. You can customize your magazines, the compensator, a suppressor, a flashlight, an infrared, a scope, an optic on the game, the fire rate, the munitions type, and more. You can also customize your gear, your helmets, put on even a lighter, not so heavy plate metal, bulletproof vest, so you not only have a cosmetic look that's appealing to you, but also lighter gloves and boots as mobility for your unit. When you're making certain callouts in the game, your team will take a formation and become reactive and situationally aware of the situation in that you made the callout for. This game offers a lot of replayability options, whereas you're not going to play the game in a linear sense. You get to explore the world and the terrain kind of in an open world setting, and any secondary, primary, or tertiary objectives that you'd like to take. You can take your own route, you could choose your own squad, customize the composition, come up with your own tactics and strategies, equipping your unit the way that you'd like, and or utilizing the support and resources in the game throughout your gameplay. You can be everything from a wolf to a mouse, even a hog that carries around a heavy machine gun, and or a badass bunny rabbit female who boasts good mobility, excellent range, and has a sniper rifle. The game is ESRB 17 years plus. Parental guidance advised. It depicts actual violence. It assimilates combat scenarios. It has blood, gore, and some mature language. Stay tuned. We're about to get into the gameplay. This game is compatible with your keyboard and mouse settings, as well as via the Steam app. You could use your generic controllers, gamepad, Switch, Xbox, PlayStation controllers. This game offers you the ability to go in, play the game from beginning to end, not needing any expansions. And we are in the game. This is our base hub. And your base hub may not have as many personnel in it as this one does currently. You have to make some progress and locate your friendlies somewhere in the world. And when you do, some of them will act like merchants, like bunny, allowing you to purchase items and materials to craft them. Here's a preview. Certain materials to craft items. Once you accumulated enough of a particular material, you can go to your crafting bench. Here are some of the DLC characters that you can unlock. So if you choose, it does not affect your campaign or the story play. It just gives you some options to some other characters to add to your squad. We have a few of them on our squad currently. Here is the workbench we were speaking about earlier. You can create everything from consumables and even self-revive defibrillators. This AED will self-revive. the party leader, so you don't have to respawn and start over. You can upgrade each of these stations. You can craft a number of different helmets and or weapons in here. This is just a few of them that I have unlocked so far. Even police uniforms, good camouflages, bulletproof vest, gloves, boots, and you have these backpacks, which aren't only aesthetic backpacks, they add inventory slots. Unlike other games, you'd be buying your inventory. Here, you simply either find this out in the open world as you're playing, in either a drop from a monster or an enemy, an item that you break or you loot or search, and you could also just craft these if you have some materials on hand. Give you extra inventory space and or defense, or maybe even allowing you to carry some extra artillery and or munitions, such as a grenade here with +4 from the squad. You have your shields even. You can use a ballistic shield and give your team some cover. Really nice firearms. The ARs are some of my favorite classes of weapons. The submachine guns having really nice high fire rates. You even have here designating marksman's rifles to certain specialists and classifications for sniper rifles, machine guns, shotguns, and pistols. Here are just a few of the weapons and items you can craft in the game. If you ever want to, say, change somebody out for another operator, just interact with them and ask them to join your squad. We have a place here where we can cook, and this will be our resource in game. We use this to heal. There are medical first aid bandages, but in this game, if you happen to find some fish or fishing spot in the game, you can go ahead and cook some of that here. As well as upgrade the bonfire if you'd like, giving you access to additional cooking recipes. When your squad mates are not being utilized, they are on standby otherwise. You can go here to this board. And we could set them on an objective to collect certain materials for us. Here are some of the materials and time remaining for us to collect it, obtain the reward. So we give them some time to do what they're going to do. We also have a firing range. In this game, it's not just realistic because of the aesthetics, but as well as your guns jamming, either because the round didn't disengage or dislodge properly from the chamber, or it overheated. When that happens, essentially your operator does not have the ability to return fire. So we go into a reload and possibly allow them to clear and reload the round, giving them ability to shoot again. And we could also choose to reload our weapon and or choose to just allow our teammates to load theirs. Really cool options, lots of customization. Let's go to the menu real quick before we go outside and show you a little bit more of this base. Here's the attack helicopter as promised in the game. One of the things the units in the game can incorporate. This helicopter has functions. You can fire missiles from it. And we could also just as well upgrade it. It requires some resource, and we'll find these resources by allowing some of our standby teammates go and find these materials for us, or we could loot them out in the world as we're exploring. We have Bigfoot here. In the beginning, he is not, this weapon is technically an AI robot, and we are not able to do any damage or DPS with this until we've upgraded it. And once we do, it will gain an attack function. The materials and or how you obtain them are really explained to you in a guide in the game, and or very easily in the beginning of the tutorial, you'll know where everything is. You can also purchase an EV function, and he will support certain aspects of your map and or your units. If we wanted to, we can go to Bunny here, and if we had trouble finding one of those resources, we can simply buy one of her maps. This will tell us the location of the core material, or an equipment core location, or even the EB unit we were just looking at right now, where to find their upgrade materials. We also have here a locker, and as promised, we have free inventory space, and it's just really simple to put in your skins and or upgrade it, and expand your storage space via materials in-game. One of the nice functions about this is, it's going to save you a lot of time sorting your inventory. Let's give you an example. We could add in a weapon or a item here one at a time, or we can choose to select all. And by doing so, once we added items just here so you can see, we won't just have to go in there and keep sorting them. They go right to their inventory in the exact locations that everything. It pre-sorts everything for you. And if you want a full view of the tab, you can do that as well. Wish more games had this feature. It would be so great to just have this in all of their MMOs or certain games, especially FPS shooters. We have a cot here, and this is our sleeping function until morning. And at night, as said before, you don't want to be out at night unequipped without any ammo or equipment on you or gear as separated from your team. You take a rest here, and it will become daylight when you do so. And there's a timer now that's been set in the top right corner of our window there above our map. This window here signifies where I have the optic crosshairs right now, where this sun icon of the actual time represents before nightfall. The timer runs down, and as the clock gets closer to 0, you'll get a warning that it's almost nighttime, and we should seek some shelter. Here at our gym, one of the last locations in our base, is the training center, and this will increase certain statistics. You can upgrade it as well. And reset our skills. So you get certain skill points, and we showed you that to show you this. When resetting a skill point, you get a decreased experience, and it doesn't lead to level loss. Really good, considerate of them to say so. Once we go to our unit, we'll have here a display of all the many things that we have, such as our weapons, and anything we have available to us with equipment, our materials, and other things such as any fish and or things we cooked in the game, such as candies or chocolate bars. You can exchange for ammo with one of our merchant personnel here. So we also get the ability to turn on our off a function of fully auto, semi-automatic, or full round bursts. We can also remove attachments when necessary, and or give that attachment to any one of our team that we would choose to give it to. And in so doing so, you have the ability also to exchange gear with any one of your members in this one. You could also enhance the quality, repair a particular gear, managing resources in the game, and or destroy the item and dismantle it so that by dismantling, you acquire your materials to craft different items. For example, if we want to, we can dismantle this, or we could equip it immediately. One of the really cool things about this game as well is that when you go outside, you have a bunch of those DLC characters in the game we were mentioning earlier. Not necessary, you don't need any expansion, online subscription, or any DLCs to play this game from beginning to end. This game will play for you just the way you expect it to, brand new out of the box. we have here our transport. He's our cargo pilot, and he has a helicopter. He'll take us anywhere. We've actually visited a helipad before too, and so if we unlock the helipad, then he will have an area where he could go and create a LZ for us and or an extraction lab. We have here, okay, James, Lesser, Snow, and Brady. Brady likes SMGs. This is James, got a sniper, and this cat utilizing close combat quarters firearms such as shotguns and such. Lesser could pull the shield. There's that ballistic shield we were talking about. Let's get a low-grade ballistic shield. We can upgrade that. Snow here got definitely hold of some assault rifles, and we could just as well as go to an area in operation. Before we do, just a little bit more. We have here a really nice craft. We interact with it, and we get a world mission out of it. I just returned from Vietnam on difficulty 4, and I collected all the rewards. As you go to an area, you will have some objectives, and once you go on this mission, completing those objectives will unlock a particular reward. You can simply drop into the world mission hub, select the mission, and it doesn't affect your story or your campaign at all. We have access to a map, which will show you your current area and zone, and you can also add designations to the map so that it is easy for you to place markers. You will have to be in the zone to do so. Here, we also have a little unlock area, and this unlock, I'll leave that for you to discover. There's just some surprise and some good things in it for you to obtain if you get a pick. You need a pick to unlock certain doors and or tools occasionally, so hold on to them. Decide to make good decisions with the resources you have. Some things are more rare than others, so when you find gems or certain things you can exchange, it is totally up to you if you want to save them. In this case, we found some fuel in one of the paper crates. We use that for various things, and we use them for our helicopters. Just a few things on the options. We're going to go to skills to elaborate a little further on our overview. And you have these skill points that become available to you. You choose these skill trees if you will. Bonnie here has an instinct and increases the firing speed by 8%. This is all of our allies' fire rates, no matter what gun they're using, increases. And they will be good at certain things. For example, Bonnie is particularly capable of doing additional damage to machinery in the game, which you will encounter, not just zombies. And we could also, what they call is these humans, which are variants of monsters or animals that gain consciousness and become zombie-like. Each of them good with something. Take your time when you get in the game if you choose to, and look over some of their skills. These are their traits. In our squad, we can go and formulate the types of abilities or formations we like. If we want to change or swap a position, we could do so. And here, their positions will change once we chose that formation in a fallout. Each formation has a benefit as well as a detriment. So there's a pro and a con. Here for a firing formation, we will lack the mobility to move efficiently, but we will increase our DPS, our damage by 15%, and our control over our weapons and aiming ability, as well as an increase in range. We have here goals, and these objectives or ability effects would stay and linger with you throughout the gameplay. Completing objectives and or particular feats in the game will accomplish these goals. We have a list of all the things at any time you'd like to craft in, or that you may have available to you, and you could sort the list by craftable or materials that you look at, as well as for any of the firearms you may be collecting resources for. In your game settings, you could save, return to menu, at any time and make sure that your gameplay and all your save data is there next time you load up your game. You can adjust all your sound settings and even the ambient noises. Background music as well. We'll put on some music and actually start a mission for you. We have here an objective. Let's go to a zone. We're trying to make it to a particular area right now, and we're going to find a core component if we get there. Let's go. Here we're going to put on one of our designated markers to give us a directional, and we could set multiple different markers multiplicity simultaneous. You can also move certain things like the vehicles and pick up resources. We picked up a first aid healing kit. There is an auto aim feature, but I am firing manually. There are more than a dozen different languages you can select to play the game in. As we're exploring our terrain here, we may want to explore all that there is and unlock more of the map. We can move a bit more efficiently the lighter our weapons are and depending on our formation. We got a big tanker here. We lit them up, and we're going to just continue here exploring and taking some reconnaissance of our area. We have to manage our stamina so that we're able to move. We picked up some frag grenades. As you see here, Isabella has a suppressor with the fire on that looks like a Coca-Cola bottle, if you will. It's pretty cool. Someone fallen. So we're going to be alert here. You can also take what they have here called as a protective formation or alert formation. You can interact with these tents. got some additional munitions type here. This ammo is called shock ammo and it has stopping power. We will go up here to our last area for this designated zone and make our way there. We won't clear the full map just yet. And we want to leave some time in our objective to get to this zone so that we're not caught out here at nighttime. In just a moment, we should be in the next zone. We will switch to mobility to be more efficient as we can make our way there. Sticking to the paths was usually a good idea. So we'll take the main path. We also have the option to heal on the fly with any of our teammates. We choose to move with the heal or select quality. We have here a walker, and they're pretty common. As such are the mosquitoes, and we've turned their buzzing noise off for the sound effects, which I appreciate, not having a mosquito. And here's a wilder pit. So the wilder pit spawns these creatures, and it's actually a problem. So we're gonna need to get some better ammo here for our whole team. We don't know what's going to come out of that pit, but we want to be prepared for it. I know that. We have everybody set to automatic. We need to do quick repair if we had a resource. We need to make our rounds of shots count. We have here some ability skills that we can enact. We have Bonnie's Instinct. We have the skill of Boomerang, Isabella, and Bed. Go. Let's reduce our damage. We have better defense now than before. We have an attack helicopter we can call in. Why don't we do that? Oh, we lost it to the go. We're going to go on fully auto fire right now. Focus fire. We're going to throw everything we got at this wilder pit. Like you got a little bit of a heal off. We actually need one more. We got some tankers big monsters coming at us. We gotta watch our six. Drop the tanker. We're out of frag grenades. We're on a reload here. Maybe we could use another ability. Let's go with Bonnie's Instinct and use that fire rate. Then we're going to go with a focus fire and spend all the ammo we have. Give them everything. Our chopper backed up. Yeah, we did it. Alright, so we destroyed that wilder pit. We have a bunch of resource. Got some materials, some cool materials. Not just one of them. A bunch of them. We're gonna make some stuff. Really good material resources. Hundreds of materials just now. That's why those water pits are worth searching for. As I make my way here, we do have an emergency transport. So I'm gonna head to the next zone. This is gonna give you a good feel without too many spoilers of what to expect in the game so far. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment. And or I hope to see you in the next video. This has been a gameplay review of Bad to Bad Apocalypse. And we're gonna go inside of these storehouses and do some searching here. And locate all that we possibly can on the map, unlock some more of this zone, and discover what it has available, as well as make ourselves our way to the primary position of our objective so that we can conclude the actual mission objective, which is to find the core component. Until then, thank you so much for tuning in, and I do hope to see you in the next video.